Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and this is Vampirella Fairy Tales, which is a random one-shot that Dynamite did. Oh boy, I don't even know how many months ago. 6 months ago, 3 months ago, something. It was earlier this year, and it just sat unread here in my office, and I read it just now, and it was a quick read. There wasn't exactly piles and piles of text to get through, which compared to some books I've recently read, I'm not going to name names, but compared to some books I've recently read, it was a treat. The fact that there wasn't gobs and gobs of text. What text there was actually mattered, and that made it a pretty easy read. It made it a fun read. I have one major complaint with the book, and otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and deliver the punchline. I was surprised that I had fun reading it. That's the big surprise. That's the big punchline of the book. Is I actually just enjoyed reading it. A lot of these Vampirella spin-offs don't make any sense, or I end up kind of just not liking them very much. And maybe it was just the mood I was in, but I went through this one and I had a blast. We start off with her wearing a red hood, walking through the woods. What could be going on? Oh, we get some developmental text here on these next couple of pages, and you can see my complaint. The costume in the book ain't the costume on the cover. I wouldn't have cared if this costume had been that costume. It wouldn't have been very Vampirella like, but it would have at least matched. So that mismatch is like the only real complaint I have about the book. I guess I could also say there's not a lot of meat on the bones of this book. It's a one shot, there's no character development. It's just, if you know who Vampirella is, and you know the story that they're talking about here, which is obviously the Little Red Riding Hood story, you know where this story is going to go. And it absolutely delivers. So she's walking through the woods, and the little bit of text that we have here, how the heck did I get here in the middle of nowhere? I'm out to hunt. But first, you know where this is going, right? You know exactly what she's going to say. I need to be hunted. She's trying to lure a werewolf out to fight the werewolf and kill him. We get some explanatory text in this, sepia toned pages here saying how she got to the situation she's in. But she gets out there, she sets up, and lures the werewolf in. I can't show you in more pages. I've showed you probably too much already of the book. But I really like this hypnosis scene, which is why we're stopping here instead of stopping like in the middle of the actual fight. Like I like this. She's trying to use, her mind powers on the werewolf, and they're working, they're working, they're working up until the moment where they don't. And then conflict comes about. I'm not kidding. I really enjoyed just this stack of eyes and stuff right here. I think that was a really good way to kind of depict the hypnosis by tracking changes in the beast's behavior, changes in her eyes. Really good. And this almost looks like you're going to make some kind of meme out of it, right? Like you just like caption down here, or maybe up here at the top, since there's like detail down there. But you just like caption up here, like hunger, soccer, whatever you got. This kind of image kind of lends itself to that. And there's some interesting dynamicism on this page too, because we're stacking the boxes smaller each time we move down. I'm not quite sure what that's depicting. Maybe it's like we're trying to depict like the narrowing of the beast's perception up until this moment where the beast kicks out of it or something. I don't know, but I really liked it. I thought this was a pretty well constructed page. I also like on the page over here that in this one where she's kind of like putting the pressure on with her eyes, the hair comes out of the panels. It's really like popping out her power is bursting out. Like that's kind of what that's showing. The eyes are wide, they're glowing, broken out of the panels. It's really drawing attention to her. The only mistake here is we should have just the hair either shouldn't have went to the edge of the page right there, or it should have went over ever so slightly, just so it wouldn't be cut flat right there. Like calling you out right there. No flat tops. So for a book that is a one-off take of Vampirella stuck in a fairy tale, kind of going through the story, it was pretty fun. Apparently cost me $5. I don't know if it was $5 worth of fun, but here we are months later. I read it and I enjoyed it. And if you can find one of these for cheap, pick it up. You'll probably get like a good 5 minutes of fun, like I did. Like it was a very enjoyable, very lightweight read. And there's a little twist at the end, because of course there is. And the twist is like, oh yeah, it's like, are we setting up a sequel or are we just having fun? Either way, I was there for it. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, whatever you got going on. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye bye.